What are you gonna do with your life?
I'm going to get what I want.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at the most exciting moments from the century so far that we'd love to experience again.
How could it hurt you when it looks so good?
The Avengers Infinity War cliffhanger.
What did it cost?
Everything.
There are 23 movies in Marvel's Infinity War saga in total, with Infinity War and Endgame being the two major concluding films. There was a debate about whether or not Endgame lived up to expectations, but everyone agreed that the end of Infinity War was pulled off amazingly.
No. Groot.
No one expected them to be brave enough to kill off half of the characters we'd grown to love. Then we had to wait an entire year to see them saved. In that time, the film's ending was on everyone's mind, with basically every single line becoming an internet meme.
Does it start?
I don't feel so good.
Game of Thrones Season 8 hype. In the years since, many fans haven't stopped criticizing the series' conclusion, constantly joking about the terrible dialogue and questionable writing decisions.
Have you shot your final scenes yet? And are you happy with how things ended? Yes. She didn't say yes. You didn't say yes.
After the showrunners cut out major book plot lines, such as Young Griff and Euron's apocalypse, wrapping it up satisfyingly became a challenge. Still, before Episode 8's release, all fans were desperate to see it end. No shows from the 2010s rivaled its hype, and millions of viewers were invested in it.
Do you speak their tongue? Tell them to lift their swords.
Its quality had been waning for years, in fairness, but fans hoped it could be brought back for one last hurrah. One reason given for its failure is that the entire cast and crew were fed up, and their lack of passion is easy to see.
I told you what would happen if you betrayed me.
You did.
Lord Varys, I, Daenerys of House Targaryen, first of my name, breaker of chains and mother of dragons, sentence you to die.
Twilight frenzy. Few franchises have the same energy surrounding them as Twilight did during its prime. The first film was released in 2008, and then we got one every year until 2012.
Now you know. That's your future. Unless you decide on another course.
At the time, there was a major debate over their quality. Now people largely agree they were seriously flawed, but also that they were an absolute blast to live through.
During a cross-country tour, almost 6,000 people, mostly teens, jammed at Dallas Mall to get a glimpse of Edward.
All fans were on Team Edward or Team Jacob, except for the Team Bella crowd, who believed neither of the supernatural hunks was right for her. Surprisingly, there haven't been any spin-offs in the years since, except for a couple of novels released by Stephanie Meyer.
I am very excited to finally announce the release of Midnight Sun on August 4th.
Lady Gaga's meat dress. It's not often a pop star will come out of nowhere and then dominate global charts within 2 years of releasing their debut single. A major reason Lady Gaga became so popular was her eccentricity.
I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way.
The epitome of this was her beef dress at the 2010 VMAs. It was one of the most significant fashion statements of the century so far. It was in protest of the American military policy Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which barred openly gay individuals from serving.
But we decided to do the meat dress because I thought to myself, if you are willing to die for your country, what does it matter how you identify?
It was incredibly controversial, prompting a global discussion on the ethics of using animal flesh to make a statement. The dress was shown at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum, as well as other venues.
It smelled like meat. It was thrilling to wear. There's a corset under this, but the corset was sewn to the meat. So this is actually a garment.
The introduction of the iPhone. Gen Alphas probably have no memory of what phones were like before Apple revolutionized them.
You zoom in or zoom out by pinching or unpinching with your fingers. It's spectacular.
Until then, pretty much all they were good for was texting, calling, and maybe playing Snake. The first iPhone was unveiled in 2007, and it transformed the industry.
From web surfing to a menu of your voicemails that look more like emails to Google Maps.
It's not true GPS, but it does show you each driving instruction.
In hindsight, the early iPhones were quite clunky, but at the time, they were mind-blowing. Virtually everyone wanted to get their hands on one, and for a few years, they were a luxury item.
I just take my finger and I scroll. That's it.
By the early 2010s, tons of alternatives had flooded the market, and by 2014, smartphones were basically ubiquitous and have remained that way since. Madonna, Britney Spears, and Christina Aguilera kiss at the VMAs. The 2003 VMAs come from a period many of us are nostalgic for. Britney, Madonna, and Aguilera were three of pop's biggest names. The trio performed both Like a Virgin and Hollywood together, and it was a show for the ages.
Shine your light now. This time it's got to be good.
The primary reason it's still remembered is that Madonna kissed the other two pop stars toward Hollywood's conclusion. Hilariously, they cut to a shot of Britney's ex Justin Timberlake looking upset straight after the kiss. It was a scandalous moment, as many were outraged at seeing a same-sex kiss on TV.
Hollywood, Hollywood, could it hurt you when it looks so good?
It feels tame to us, but scandals like this still happen. For instance, Lil Nas X caused a stir after kissing a man at the BET Awards in 2021. The rise of MySpace. Nowadays, popular social media platforms feel set in stone. Well, before Facebook, TikTok, and even YouTube, there was MySpace.
And Friendster was first, and we were trying to compete, so when people signed up, they wouldn't see anything. That's boring, so I put myself as this person that could connect everyone else, so you'd see people right when you signed up.
It was the original global social network and was the world's most popular from 2005 until 2009. It influenced music, friendships, and online culture as a whole.
Here, look at my page. Maybe this will inspire you.
Good Lord, Donna!
It still exists, but it's almost entirely forgotten about and barely resembles its older self. It was exciting how customizable profiles could be, something modern social media has done away with. It was all the rage among young people and undoubtedly influenced a ton of websites that followed, although none of them feature everyone's favorite friend Tom.
Facebook is quite different. It's mostly people talking to each other that know each other. And MySpace has always been more open.
Britney Spears' 2000 VMAs performance. After starting her career as a Disney kid, Britney began making solo music in the late 90s. In 2000, she was on top of the pop scene.
I did it again. I played with your heart. Got lost in the game. Oh, baby, baby.
If you ask a VMAs fan what the show's greatest performance was, Britney's 2000 Oops, I Did It Again will likely be up there. Before the show, she was seen as America's sweetheart. When she appeared here in a skin-colored outfit, all that was ripped away.
'Cause to lose all my senses, that is just so between me. Oh, baby, baby.
This marked a turning point in her career when she began to distance herself from the Disney star image. It was massively criticized for how revealing it was, as people were worried children would see it. But thankfully, now it's largely considered empowering. Early YouTube viral videos. YouTube first launched in 2005, and by the end of the decade, it became known globally. Those early years were a wonderful era and will likely never be replicated.
In chocolate rain. The school books say it can't be here again. Chocolate rain.
Now viral videos are pretty common, facilitated through platforms like TikTok. Well, back when YouTube was new, so too were viral videos, and they felt so exciting. It's now considered the golden age of YouTube, before it was so heavily monetized, and felt more like the Wild West.
Let's get some shoes. Let's get some shoes. Let's get some shoes. Let's get some shoes.
Production value was on average substantially lower, with most posts home videos and random animations. It was a product of video hosting websites being entirely new, and those days are gone forever.
Leave Britney alone! Please!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Beyonce's Super Bowl halftime show. This performance redefined Super Bowl performance standards.
Baby, baby, it's you! Come on, baby, it's you! Come on, baby, it's you! When I need you, baby, everything sucks! Superdome! 1, 2, 3, 4!
26th MTV Video Music Awards. This was hands down one of the most iconic VMAs.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
The Friends finale. It was an emotional send-off to one of the 90s most important shows.
So I guess this is it.
Yeah. I guess so.
This is harder than I thought it would be.
Oh, it's gonna be okay.
The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King release. Over 20 years later, and this film hasn't aged a day.
It's done.
Yes, Mr. Frodo. It's over now.
The premiere of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It would have been amazing to witness the beginning of this franchise.
So is it true? I mean, do you really have the what? The scar. Oh. Yeah. Wicked.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Pokémon Go's launch. There are still tons of Pokémon Go players years after its release. In 2016, it felt like more people played it than didn't.
Nostalgia hits in, like, I'm a kid, I need to play this again, it's real life.
Well, he texted me like 30 minutes ago saying, let's meet up in Hollywood to catch Pokemon.
Trying to catch them all, you know?
For a few weeks after it dropped, millions were wandering around outside, hunting Pokemon in the real world. It was super exciting, being able to catch them all, making us feel like real-life trainers. This may be a cliche, but it was one of those moments you literally just had to be there to understand.
One shout, and hundreds stampede, in the hopes of capturing Pokemon, fictional cartoon creatures, on their phones.
It's kind of a semi-rare Pokemon, so everyone flocked over to catch one of their favorites.
No other video game has encouraged people to go outside like this one, and we miss it badly. Tons of other games have mimicked its design, but none have been as culturally significant as Pokemon Go.
I know a lot of my friends that are just like, wow, I never leave my house and go for walks, and I did like 10K this weekend because they're trying to kind of do things with the game.
What pop culture moment would you like to go back to most? Let us know in the comments below.